I'm Zyreshia from Bay County Extension Office.
And today we're going to show you guys how to make pet treats. This is for the summer program at the library. So this is part of the teen virtual programs. Okay, so we get started with the dog treats.
Yeah, sounds good. So for our dog treats, we're gonna want our dry quick oats, about a cup of that, as well as half a cup of cinnamon applesauce, which is the same as a serving size or 4 ounces, and 1 egg. So we're gonna go ahead and start measuring off our ingredients and putting them together in the mixing bowl. Okay, so first we're gonna start with our dry oats. So we're gonna want about 1 cup of that. So we're just gonna pour it in our measuring cup like this. And once you kind of got it to the top, the proper way to measure off your dry ingredients is to take a butter knife or some type of soft edge, and you're gonna wanna smooth it out to make sure you're at exact, kind of like this. And then we're gonna pour that into our mixing bowl.
Okay, and we're going to use half a cup of cinnamon applesauce, which is also 4 ounces. I have a 4-ounce cup here. So I'm going to take this off. Put that to the side. I'm going to put this in my bowl. I'm going to get all of it. Okay.
And then finally, we have 1 egg that we're gonna put in our mix. So now we have all of our ingredients in, and we're gonna attach it and mix it. So now that we've attached our bowl to the mixer, you wanna make sure that it's nice and secure and that you've locked your KitchenAid in place, and then we'll start turning it on. Once it's turned on, you do not want to add things in the mixer while it's going. You want to stop it to add in more ingredients if needed.
Okay, so we have our mix. So what we're going to do is, we're not working in a real kitchen right now. So we are going to put down parchment paper. So I have a wet sponge here. I'm going to wet the table where I am putting the parchment paper, because this will help the parchment paper stick to the table. Okay, then we will dump out the mixture onto the parchment paper. Okay, so now we're going to lay another piece of parchment paper over this. The reason we're doing that is it won't get our rolling pin so sticky. Pull it out. Thank you. You might need somebody to help you hold it in place. Trying to keep it from going off the parchment paper. Okay, so let's take off the parchment paper here. Okay, so it's not a perfect shape. So what we can do is, because it's on parchment paper, we can just lift it and fold it over like this. And we got a good edge on it. So I'll do the other side too. Transfer this to the pan. So a good way to do this is lift the pan it's got parchment paper in the pan, by the way, and flip it over. Here, I'll hold the other side. There we go. Great. Okay, so let's take this off. So if you want to, you can use a cookie cutter shape and make the classic little bones, but we don't want to be wasteful. So we're just going to take a pizza cutter and we're going to cut this into little squares. you have bigger dogs, you can make bigger squares. Little dogs, little squares.
This is our final product, and we're about to go take it and put it in the oven to 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. This is what our dog treats look like after baking them for about 20 minutes. And as you can see, we have oven mitts placed down on the counter so that when we place the hot pan down, we do not burn the countertop. But you're going to want to bake your dog treats until they're nice golden brown, so you can add more time or even do less time as needed.
So now we're going to make cat treats, okay?
So we have our ingredients in front of us. So we have our whole wheat flour, we'll be doing 2 cups of that, an egg, as well as canned salmon in our mixture, but you can use other ingredients if you want to substitute this type of fish.
You can use canned cat food, you can use chicken, oily fish.
All right, so now we're gonna start mixing our ingredients together. So we're gonna start with the whole wheat flour. So that's 2 cups. We already have 1 cup ready. Great. So you're gonna wanna scoop it. And once you have it scooped, you're gonna wanna take a butter knife once again and level it off like this. And once you have it leveled off, you can add it to your mixing bowl.
Okay, so we're gonna put in our salmon. So this is a 5-ounce can, and she has a 5-ounce can. So total, that's 10 ounces that we're putting into this. Thank you. Okay.
So next we're gonna add our egg. I'm just gonna crack it on the side like that and open it over our mixing bowl. Okay, so now we are ready to mix. Once again, you're gonna want to make sure your bowl is secure. So you're gonna put it in and then tighten it. Once you have that down, you'll lower this and lock it, and then you're ready to turn on your mixer. You can also hand mix if you have a spatula or you don't have an electronic mixer. So if it's too crumbly, you're gonna wanna add water, but if it's too wet or too sticky, you're gonna wanna add more flour to the dough. So we're finally done mixing our dough, and as you can see, it's a pretty good consistency. So we are going to start making our treats now.
Okay, so we're gonna take our wet sponge again, and we're gonna do the same thing we did with the dog treats. We're gonna wet the table. Okay, and lay down some parchment paper. Okay, so we'll take a blob of that cat treat dough there.
Oh. Truly a blob.
Okay. We'll lay a piece of parchment over it. We'll keep it from curling up so bad. Okay, now we're going to take the rolling pin and roll it out. This one's a little bit harder to roll.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we're going to make our clean edges again. So now we're going to cut it up with our pizza cutter again.
So this is after we have cut our cat treats, and we're gonna put them in the oven for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, so we have our cat treats out of the oven. As you can see, we let them cool and we have broke them into pieces. We do have a lot of treats, so if you want a smaller amount, you can easily half the recipe that we have. And to store them, you can always put them in little Ziploc bags and keep them in the fridge.